Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be, when will the narcissist get their karma? Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, when will the narcissist get their karma? So many times people believe that what was done to them must come back to the narcissist. In other words, if you were in a toxic narcissistic relationship, it was very challenging to say the least, and you did not know what you were up against. Perhaps you married the narcissist, or they were your mom or dad or your best friend, or a person in a community or organization you were part of, or business partner. And these people, remember, many times they portray themselves to be one individual when they turn out to be somebody else. In other words, they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. And post-relationship, or the ending, or when the relationship has dissolved or expired, whatever you want to call it, the individual is saying to themselves, this person did me so wrong, I really want to get them back. Or when are they going to get their karma? Or I wish them bad things, or things like that. Now, I will tell you firsthand, and I shared this many years ago on the channel, and I'll share it again. I do not wish ill will upon anybody. I never have, and I'm not going to start now. And karma, do I believe in it? I believe in my own version of it, which means I believe if you do good on the planet and you are a good, kind, loving individual, that things will open up for you. I also believe that individuals who try to take and deceive and manipulate and destroy other people's relationships and or lives, things will not go their way eventually, because very simply, in a nutshell, is this: everybody does not have a life that goes straight up and to the right. We all hit hurdles, we all hit speed bumps, we all face challenges. Some are health challenges, some are entering narcissistic relationships, some are job challenges, some are financial, some are emotional. Every single one of us faces challenges. Maybe not today, you're not facing a challenge. Maybe you are. Maybe you just got discarded or ended the relationship yesterday. If that was the case, my heart goes out to you. But let's say that the relationship ended for you a couple of years ago or 30 years ago. Well, you've most likely healed, and maybe now you're facing some different challenges. The narcissist is no different. They are not immune to challenges. The only difference between the narcissist and, let's say, you, is that you are a kind, loving, stable, healthy individual, and you are authentic and genuine. That's not what the narcissist is. What they are a person who portrays themselves to be one person, when in fact they are somebody different. Not always, but many times. And they don't want to admit defeat. They don't want to admit that they are falling on hard times. They want to believe, and they want to act like everything's puppies and rainbows for them, and that they're living their best life. Believe me when I tell you, they're not. And getting back to karma, when will the narcissist get their karma? Really understand the message here. If you are thinking about payback for the narcissist, or if you're thinking that when are they going to get their karma, I'm going to tell you this, and it may be a tough pill to swallow for some people on the channel, but you're not focusing your attention on the right thing. You're focusing on the narcissist, and that is not where you should be focusing. Understand what I'm sharing with you. You should be focusing on yourself, being concerned about your well-being, putting yourself back together, living your best life, healing, processing, discovering who you really are, healing childhood wounds, perhaps journaling, meditating, exercising again, building relationships, maybe even finding love again. But if you're still thinking about the narcissist, when are they going to get their karma? I can promise you one thing: you still have healing to do. You may think otherwise. I don't, because your energy needs to be going within yourself. Keep in mind, when you were in the toxic narcissistic relationship, what you did: you gave to a fault. You probably were a people pleaser. You definitely did not have boundaries, or if you did, they were decimated. And you were a person who couldn't say no, the strongest word in the English language. Remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. But when you're in that relationship, you thought that you were headed in the same direction as the narcissist. Nothing could have been further from the truth. They were trying to take you down. They were trying to manipulate you. They were trying to have you not believe in yourself. They were trying to devalue you. They were gaslighting you, giving you the silent treatment, ghosting you. They were not responding to your texts. They were not available when you got ill. They were not there to nurture you. They were not there to listen to you. When the front door would open, you would get met with either Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. You never knew what you were going to get, which means you were walking around on eggshells. All of these poor behaviors that you tolerated throughout the length of the relationship, specifically in the devaluation stage and the subsequent ending of the relationship, these added up. It was almost as if death by 1,000 paper cuts is what you were experiencing. I know what it's like. It's very challenging, to say the least. But then what happened? Well, I'll tell you, either A, you found my channel, or you Googled something or typed in the YouTube search engine, spouse won't talk to me, or what's going on here, not being talked to, or silence or in the house or whatever you typed in, and then boom, you got the needle in the haystack. And here you are on the channel getting the wisdom. You're becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. But one thing you should be doing, if you haven't done it yet, is focusing on yourself. Now, I know there are multiple layers to what I'm sharing here, and it may not resonate with everybody because each and every one of us in the community and on the channel are on the healing path. We are all headed in the same direction, simply just taking different footsteps. So whereas perhaps your relationship ended recently, it may not, another individual's relationship may have ended 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We are all on the healing path, each and every one of us. But the point being is this: when you focus on yourself and you learn to control what you can control, which is your actions, your words, your thoughts, where you focus your attention. Remember, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. When you slow your life down post-narcissistic relationship and you understand that you have so much going for you and that this individual, the narcissist, tried to take you down for the count, and guess what? They failed. They did not succeed. They may have thought they succeeded, especially if they discarded you. They may have really believed, wow, I got this one. I did some real damage here. Truth of the matter is, yes, they did do real damage, but you're still here on the planet and you are learning and you're becoming awakened and aware. You are educating yourself about narcissism and how it affected you for a period of time. So why I'm sharing all those things, your energy needs to go back within yourself. And if you are still thinking about the narcissist, when are they going to get their karma? Maybe the relationship ended for you a couple years ago and you're still thinking that. It means you still have healing to do. I can assure you. You may not see it right now, but trust me when I tell you. You need to understand a few things. The past is the past. We can't change it. We need to learn from it. The future is unknown. No one is guaranteed to be here tomorrow. And the present moment is where the growth happens. That's where the abundance happens. That's where doors open for you. That's where your energy is placed within yourself, focusing on yourself each and every day. Now, yes, I do know, as I mentioned earlier, the healing path is not linear. You'll have some good days, some challenging days, some great days. And the further you get away from the narcissist and their toxic energy, the more your energy returns to you. Again, why I say that is because the energy exchange, your positive energy goes back into yourself. It's the law of the universe. It's the way it works when you're removed from these relationships and the narcissist has to slither away and find another source of supply. I get all these things. One more thing I wanted to mention before I really answer the question here is the trauma bond. If you are in that, or if you are in it, that's going to take healing. It's going to take time, a lot of time. But in your time, you will heal with the tools I'm providing for you on the channel. I broke the trauma bond. If I did it, you can do it. Believe me when I tell you. But it will not be easy, and it will not happen overnight. It will take a lot of resilience, courage, strength, dedication, devotion, commitment, and you will have to really be tested to your core. Believe me when I tell you, for those of you who have broken the trauma bond, please drop comments below, share it with the community. You know exactly what I'm talking about. This is the most challenging relationship known to humankind, but you did it. And there are many of us who have reached across the bridge to the side where I am, and they have healed, or they are well on their way to the healing path, to reaching the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. But those individuals who have healed or are well on the healing path, they understand my message, which is you should not be thinking about the narcissist and karma. When are they going to get it? Because that doesn't serve you. Why? Because then you're still thinking about the narcissist. Not only that, but you're thinking about negative thoughts, which in this case is payback or retribution, or to level the playing field. In other words, to get one over on them. That's not the path. What I shared with you so many times is taking the high road, doing the right thing. And I believe sincerely, if you do the right thing, whenever possible, whether people are watching you or not, it will pay off handsomely in the future. Maybe not in this lifetime specifically, but down the road, wherever the next part of this universe takes us once we are no longer existing on this planet. Whatever your beliefs are, they're yours. I get it. I understand them and I respect them. All of us have different beliefs on where we go. Sorry. All of us have different beliefs on what happens after we leave this planet. That's not what this video is about. It's about living your best life and knowing that you had to go through that toxic narcissistic relationship because that was one of the hurdles that you had to get over. You had to get through it. You had to put yourself back together. You had to experience it. There was no other way. Keep this in mind also. There is no such thing as a coincidence on this planet. If you think there is, think again. Notice this one for you people who have healed, or again, or well on the healing path. Notice all of the subtleties that you're picking up on. Like the words in certain musical songs, or the signs when you're driving on the freeway, or the way people say things, or what pops up on your feed, etc. These are not coincidences. They are little hints from up above letting you know that you are on the right path and that in fact things will improve and or have improved or are about to improve. This will happen to you, I can assure you. I'm living proof. Once you exit the narcissistic relationship, you have healed, you are focusing on yourself, and you are doing the best you can to better not only yourself, but those loved and trusted ones around you. This will happen. Believe me when I tell you. The whole point of this is, when will the narcissist get their karma? Here's your answer. They already have their karma. It's called living inside of their mind. The narcissist, each and every day, they have to wake up. They have to think about who they're going to manipulate, who to take advantage of, when to throw a discard, when to enter a relationship, how to get access to beach houses in Mexico, how to get access to yachts and boats, how to get the most beautiful car, how to get all of the things that other people have that they don't have. Keep in mind, the narcissist is a frail and very shallow individual. You may think, whoa, they're not that to me. Well, I'll tell you right now, inside the narcissist, it's nothing but emptiness. It's a bottomless pit that can never be filled. It's anxiety riddled. It is insecurity. It is not belonging and knowing that they have to wear a mask to manipulate individuals. And this is exactly what they do. So their karma, it's them. It's within them. They have to go to bed each and every night knowing what they did, destroying lives, but yet being on one of their 3 smartphones looking for your replacement, getting other sources of supply, using filters, getting on apps, getting on dating apps, manipulating some of their alleged friends, dealing with flying monkeys, manipulating their own children, devastating their own parents, crushing their coworkers. This is what they do. And you may say, well, you're being pretty graphic and dramatic, Andrew. I'm not. I'm giving you reality. Each and every day the narcissist wakes up, they think about what they can disrupt, how to take people's energy, their time, their money, their heart, their effort, and their existence. This is why post-relationship, if you were discarded, what did you do? You had to wrap your head around how another individual could do that. And what the heck was that? You were married for X number of years. You were in love. You did the best you could. You raised a family. You did everything possible under the sun and more. And yet this person just crumbled you up like a sheet of paper and threw you away on the freeway. Why? I'll tell you why. Because your resources were expired, and so was that narcissistic relationship. And believe me when I tell you, the narcissist they know what they did. Now, will they admit what they did? No, they're not going to admit anything. They're just going to go on to another source of supply or recycle old relationships. That's what they do. But in their tiny little mind, believe me when I tell you, they live in fear. They are completely always overlooking their shoulder. It's what they're doing. Why? Very simply, because of all the past relationships they've crushed and all of the relationships they've driven wedges between. This doesn't just happen to one person. It didn't just happen to you. It happened to multiple people that you knew. Flying monkeys, extended family members, immediate family members, co-workers, business associates, people in communities or organizations. Think about how much destruction the narcissist inflicts. To you, it was just you. But if you really go down the rabbit hole of all the relationships they blew up, it is an awful lot. And yet they're still doing this right now. So when will the narcissist get their karma? They're living it each and every day. That's why they are so anxiety riddled. That's why they can never sit still. That's why they need multiple smartphones. That's why they can never ever have you think that you know more than them, because they have to always put other individuals down to lift themselves up high on the pedestal and act like they know more, when in fact they don't know anything. Let's take gaslighting for a quick moment. Gaslighting is a very toxic and challenging tool that the narcissist uses to manipulate individuals. And when you don't know what gaslighting is, believe me, it can really do damage to your mindset. Why do you think the narcissist does that? I'll tell you why. Number one, because you weren't taught narcissism in school, so you didn't know how to identify it. But number two, because it works so well that they can brainwash you and have you believing that their sense of reality is actually what happened, when in fact it wasn't. It was your sense of reality, but they're trying to have you doubt yourself so you believe in them more and more and more. Next thing you know, you're stuck in the trauma bond, perhaps even falling in love with the narcissist. Remember, the narcissist can't fall in love with you. All they wanted to do was manipulate you and take your time, money, energy, effort, and love from you for a period of time. And then, again, throw you away and get a new supply. That's what they do. The narcissist likes new shiny objects, i.e. people or animals or pets or cars or trips or access to places. That's what they want. But their karma, when will the narcissist get their karma? Really understand. If you're still thinking about that, please don't. It's not going to benefit you. And let's say that the narcissist did get their karma. Would it actually make you feel better? I'm not so sure it would. I know it wouldn't me, because we are all human beings. And despite the fact that the narcissist is a toxic individual, they can't change, they won't change, they don't want to change. They know when they go to bed every night that they have to stay inside their tiny little mind, which is pitch black. And believe me when I tell you, that's exactly what it is. I can prove that for you also before I close the video. Think about when you were discarded. The pitch deep dark blackness of the pupils of the narcissist. That's when the mask came crashing off. That's when they threw it on the ground and said, yep, I'm done. And guess what? I don't have to manipulate you any longer, and good luck putting yourself back together. That is exactly the mindset of the narcissist each and every day. The only difference is when you were in the relationship with them, you never got to see the dark deepness of the pupils until it ended, most likely. That's the real them. Think about what I'm sharing with you. It's completely true. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that you are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. And remember, if you want payback, or you're wondering when the narcissist will get their karma, I take the side of do the right thing. Take the high road. Don't think about that. They are already being consumed by themselves. Perhaps they're even being played by another narcissist right now. Who knows? What I do know is you're not in the relationship, and that's one of the best things that's ever happened to you, getting out of the relationship. Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.